There is something that draws me to YouTube. I don't know if it's empowerment, if it's easy, it's the path of least resistance. I don't know what it is. But when I think about creating a body of work in photography, and let's say I've referenced this fireworks project, I had an impulse during fireworks season, which in Iowa and Nebraska, this part of the Midwest where fireworks are legal for a small period of time because they're big money. There are these fireworks tents that pop up all over the place in grocery store parking lots and empty lots and all over, literally everywhere. And there are
everywhere.
People that like these seasonal workers that I don't know if they own the tent, if they're employed by somebody who owns it. I don't know what the story, but I have endless curiosity about the people. And there is something fascinating to me about that time of year when everywhere you drive, you see these like circus tents filled with fireworks. And I was like, I want to photograph these. I want to go to each one and have this wide angle shot that just photographs the scene where this fireworks tent is. Yeah. And then in a perfect world, I would go into the fireworks tent, talk to the people inside, sort of earn their surface trust to say, can I take your photograph? And have that be a project. Yeah. Have that be the work. And if I made a zine out of it, a photo book, a video on YouTube, I think about like trying to present it to a gallery because again, that's sort of like in my mind, that is the high mark of exhibiting your photography work is that a gallery or a museum or someplace in New York or whatever goes, holy shit, this is like the world needs to see this. Yeah. Or this area needs to see this, whatever. That to me seems incredibly inaccessible, and there's contracts, I'm sure, and co-ownership, or if they charge admission, all that stuff. And that's even assuming that they would like my work. Yeah. I love the idea of making a finished piece, a digital photo gallery, a photo video, which is what my channel's called, whatever it is, and just putting it out there and seeing what happens. Yeah. And if it catches on,
it's the lack of direct gatekeepers.
Yeah, there's something about, in my channel, I have some views on my channel, videos that have over 2,000 views, and I've, in 3 months gotten 120 subscribers. I had, I think, two or three came on today, and to me, there's an indication there that something is connecting with the right people. Yeah. Now, if I was in the video, hey, I'm at, and this was the thing, I shot Portrait 400 here in this cool neighborhood in Omaha, and this morning light and all this stuff, I could have 1,000 subscribers.
You might do, now. It might do better.
Yeah. But I'm okay with me, because my vision of the work, even if it's a kind of hybrid teaching or whatever.
Well, we talked about it. It's almost is it a
plus it's a lot more work to make them when you're in.
Oh, it's tough. But it could be, what you're doing right now could almost be a prerequisite to the work, right? Yeah. It could be a prerequisite to where you're doing the process of what you're doing right now, but you're not doing it with a video in mind. Yeah. And you're doing it, 30 different times over 2 years, and you're making a trip and you're just cataloging it. And then, you sit down when it's all said and done and you turn it into this project. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, this was, 30 trips here, and I was in a different emotional state every time. And, on this one, my daughter was sick while I was gone. I was worried the whole time, and I was photographing, maybe how did that work its way into the work? Sure. Or this time, we had a tornado and it was crazy, and, the whole town shut down the next day, and I was there in a motel, and how did that influence it? Or I was driving up and the truck broke down, and how did that, and then all of that builds on itself. And I think, to get to that point, you have to have a starting point. Yeah. And that you're doing that right now, and you're getting the vision and you're refining it already. You're already starting to figure out oh, well, this is great, but I see something even better. Mm-hmm. How do I get to that? And so I'm interested to see how I think I'm interested to see how that journey plays out. Yeah. Because you're you have the gut feeling of like, I'm not doing the work, but I'm close, kind of, and you're going to find it eventually if you keep an open mind and you keep challenging yourself.
It had been a golden afternoon, and I remember having the familiar conviction that life was beginning over again with the sunrise.